announcements before we get started. Be sure to click on the link provided in the email reminder to view the presentation. You can also listen on your computer or via telephone through the dial-in provided in that same email. A full replay of this webinar will be posted on the O4U website in the coming days, so look out for that. And also, if you have questions, please ask them in the question box on the webinar control panel, and we will do our best to answer all questions at the end of the presentation. So to get started, this is the O4U kickoff webinar. We'll run through the agenda really quickly. We'll start with introducing the students organizers, followed by O4U's new structure, and then we will get to the question and answer session at the end.
Hello everyone, this is Adam Morrow. I work at Ernst & Young, and I'm a graduate of the College of William and Mary as well as the University of Alabama. I was really first introduced to O4U as a graduate student, and it really inspired me and a former attendee to found the Mason Alliance at the College of William and Mary, which was the college's first LGBTQ business society. And the next year, as I entered the professional world, I knew that I really wanted to be a part of Ernst & Young's recruiting efforts at OUBC to gain exposure to what had been so life-changing and influential in the development of so many people's personal and professional lives. While I was attending OUBC, I was truly inspired by the students that I met and have actually gained several mentors that have been instrumental in my growth as a businessman and as an adult. And turn it over to Corey.
Hi everyone, my name is Quinn, and I work in marketing at Apple. I attended Stanford University and studied sociology. And I've actually known about OUBC since I started school, but I wasn't truly introduced to Out for Undergrad as an organization until I was brought on as an organizer for the Out for Undergrad Tech Conference last year. And that really kind of exposed me to the organization as a whole. And I found that it really enables me to work at the intersection of my personal and professional interests. I'm personally committed to education, the academy, professional development, and LGBT advocacy. And I think that O4U really encompasses all of these things, from educational content development by and for the students community to the networking events that the alumni community spearheads. The O4U conferences and programs, they all consistently engage me in things that I'm passionate about. And the organization really validates my belief that the business world has something to offer nearly everyone. And I think it's best exemplified by the success of OUTC. It's had a lot of success reaching out to both students interested in technical roles as well as students interested in non-technical roles in the industry. And I think that that's such an excellent way to engage people and a great way to really be inclusive.
All right, and I am Seth Harsha. I'm also a student director along with Adam and Corey. I currently work at JP Morgan in New York doing marketing. I went to NYU Stern School of Business as an undergrad, majoring in economics and accounting, and I graduated from there in 2009. And I am originally from New Orleans, Louisiana. So as far as my participation in O4U goes, it's really been valuable for me for two reasons. The first has been, it's been a great professional and social network. I've gotten interviews just from my working with O4U in the short period of time that I have. I've been paired with amazing LGBT mentors that have really taught me so much about where I want to go in my career and what I want my next steps to be. And it's beyond that, I've made friends with these people, and that's just so important, you know, mixing business with pleasure in that sense. Being an organizer also has really developed my leadership skills in a way that has even gone beyond what I've learned in the workplace. I've had the opportunity to build a community from scratch along with Adam and Corey and work with a great group of people. I've learned how to collaborate to get a startup type business model going, and it's something I'm already applying to other parts of my professional life, so it's really exciting for me. All right, so now we're going to move on to O4U's new structure. We will start by looking at this chart right here. So as you can see, O4U is in the middle, and there are two branches or shoot-offs. The first are the more traditional conferences. So we have at the top the Technology Conference, the Business Conference, and the Leadership Summit. Then at the bottom, and what we're going to be discussing more in depth, is the community aspect. This is what's new this year, and this is what we're really the direction we want the organization to grow. So we have the student side, or the undergraduates, the people that are still in college, and then we have the alumni side. So we're really taking the people that were students and were involved with us, and we're making sure that we stay connected and that we stay a community as we become professionals. So to give you a brief overview about Out for Undergrad, we're a 501c3 nonprofit organization that's dedicated to helping LGBT undergrads reach their career potentials. It was created in 2004, originally just as the business conference. It was modeled after the Reaching Out MBA conference. And one of the great things about us is that we are run completely by volunteers only, basically who are pre-MBA or young professionals before they've gone on to go further with their higher education. And basically what this means is that we're all really passionate about the organization. Since we're not earning our livings off of it, it's something that we just love to do. It's really a priority for us to help LGBT undergrads penetrate these industries and become more ubiquitous so that it isn't out of the ordinary to see an LGBT person working at an investment bank or something like that. We're really dedicated to making the workplace as inclusive as possible, and it starts just with growing our numbers. So if we look further at the structure, I'll start by explaining a little bit about the conferences and what the conferences offer. So the first is the business conference. That is our flagship. That's the one that we started with actually 10 years ago. This is our 10th year anniversary. And the goal of it is to help advance LGBT undergrad students who are interested in financial services, management consulting, and the accounting industries. The second is the technology conference, which the first one occurred earlier this year. It was modeled after the business conference, but instead of financial services and professional services, it's helping students who are interested in pursuing both engineering and non-technical roles in leading technology companies. This year it was held at Facebook headquarters, and it was a really exciting time for everybody that was involved. The third conference that is actually going to be occurring this weekend, also in its first year, is going to be the Leadership Summit. It has a little bit of a different model. It's taking 25 really high potential LGBT undergraduates and bringing them to DC for a weekend of leadership development. What's great about this conference, too, is that we're taking the network that is being built there and we are extending it beyond just the conference. So we intend to have these students collaborate and interact and meet up further along in the year and hopefully in perpetuity, so that these future leaders really collaborate with each other and stay within each other's networks for the duration of their careers. Okay, so that's a bit about the conferences. Now we're going to go into the community aspect of O4U. So we'll start with the alumni community first. So after students graduate and they are no longer technically students in an undergraduate program, we don't want to lose touch with them. So we've created the alumni community, which is creates opportunities for leadership and programming and learning for the alums of our student O4U programs. So the alumni community really has 4 initiatives that they're working with at the moment. The first is the mentorship program. So we'll talk a little bit more about the mentorship program from the student's perspective. But as far as the alumni perspective goes, they will be the mentors that the students are going to be paired with. What's great about the alumni program's mentorship program also is that they have the opportunity to be paired professional to professional. So 2 alums can be paired together to learn from each other, learn about their working experiences, and hopefully learn something in that way. The next is the community service aspect. We try to get involved with as many LGBT service projects as possible. For instance, we have our own team for the New York AIDS Walk that's coming up a little bit later in May. Next is the networking events, both formal and informal. We want to make sure that alumni, everybody gets so busy, but we seem to all be concentrated in very specific business hubs around the country, and so we try to bring us together as much as possible just to check in, see what we've been up to. It's both social and professional. Then the next are educational events. So from the student's perspective, where we may offer something like how to get your dream internship, the alumni community may offer a similar educational program, but it would be something like how to transition out of your 2-year analyst program. So our communities have very same operating models, but it's just at different stages in your career progression. So now we're going to go to what we are all involved in, which is the students community. So students have the option to attend the conferences, OUBC, OUTC, and OULF, but you also have the option to participate in year-long engagement, and that's what we are here to talk about. So our students community is really focused around 3 core programs. It's the Campus Ambassador Program, the Mentorship Program, and our industry cohorts.
Hi everyone, this is Corey again, and I manage the Campus Ambassador Program. And just to tell you a little bit about it, the Campus Ambassadors serve as, again, as it's stated on the slide, the primary liaison between O4U and universities across the nation. And it's a great opportunity for students to, one, get increased exposure to O4U conference sponsors and recruiters, in addition to having leadership recognition from the O4U organization, and it helps their O4U conference application. In addition, it also enables students to gain some great experience with marketing and reaching out to various communities. And so Campus Ambassadors, they organize and host O4U events and also execute various marketing campaigns that promote the O4U conferences as well as O4U community programs. Other benefits include additional networking opportunities with the O4U board and sponsors, and also Campus Ambassador specific networking opportunities. And finally, there is public recognition at the final O4U conference dinner. And so this program enables Campus Ambassadors to gain a significant amount more exposure to sponsors, as well as help the organization kind of spread the word about what we're trying to work on to help other students.
Okay, it's Seth again. So to kind of build further on the mentorship program that I mentioned with the Alumni Committee, so the students have the opportunity to opt into the mentorship program as well. And basically, if you register to be a student through our O4U Students registration, you had the option to opt into this. And what happens is you will be reached out to by somebody on the Alumni Committee, and they will really take the time to go in depth about what you want to get out of your mentorship pairing. This is a one-on-one mentorship pairing with a young professional, so it's somebody that hopefully will have gone through a similar experience that you are expecting to go through as well, whether it will be interviewing for a job, going through a certain program, maybe even switching industries at some point. The person that will reach out to you will really take the time to get exactly what you're looking for out of this experience. So if you want to be paired with somebody who identifies as a specific gender, who works in a specific field, any of those things, we try our best to tailor this program to exactly what you're looking for. There really is no end to this relationship. You can continue on with as a mentor-mentee pair for as long as you would like. And so far, we have about 70 pairings, and we've gotten very positive feedback that people are getting lots of good things out of it, both the professional, who is the mentor, and the student as the mentee. So it's really exciting for us right now.
So this is Adam again. The cohorting process is something new we're spearheading this year. It's a virtual community segmented by industry: accounting, consulting, technology, and finance. The structure is really, it will be led by a cohort mentor who is a seasoned professional in that industry, and a cohort leader who is a student with demonstrated leadership experience in their field. There are quite a few benefits that go along with being involved in a cohort. Access to knowledge base of the cohort leaders and cohort mentors, resources targeted to your specific industry. For example, we will have consulting 101s, interviews with LGBT executives, etc. Additionally, it provides a great networking opportunity with your peers pursuing careers in the same field. At the conferences, we'll provide opportunities for the cohort members to socialize with one another and get to know face-to-face really those that they've been interacting with virtually over the past few months. This initiative is truly our way of providing as much interaction and as many resources to our members as possible throughout the year, regardless of if you're able to attend one of our conferences. And on our website, you will find a membership registration link where one can indicate an interest in a particular cohort.
All right, so Seth again. So really the next steps is what you can be looking forward to immediately. So as you know, everybody's taking finals and are finishing up their school year, the summer is approaching. So what we are offering this summer is we intend to plan intern dinners in both New York and San Francisco, which is really where most of our students who are interning are going to be located in the summer. So this will be a chance to hear from an LGBT professional and just have a good dinner, meet people that you may have met at a conference or that are going through similar internship experiences, share your experiences with each other, and build upon your network. We're also going to be building out our online content. There's going to be pre-conference content that you will be required to look through before you attend a conference, if that's what you will be doing, and otherwise just other learning content that we hope will be valuable to you as you interview and as you proceed to your, through your career. So with that being said, we want to know what resources you would like to see from us. So if you do have any additional suggestions, please email us at students@outforundergrad.org. And with that, we will go into our question and answer session. So I see the first question here is what we are doing to support bisexual people. So I think this is a really great question because when you look at the LGBT community, it seems like the L's and the G's get a lot more representation. It is definitely a priority for Out for Undergrad to raise our numbers of both bisexual and transgender identifying people. We go beyond that, and we really want to promote all types of diversity groups within the LGBT community. It is in our charter that that's something we're looking to do. Our campus ambassadors on the ground understand that that's a priority for us. Sometimes it's easier said than done, but we're always looking to engage with the best and brightest people and the people that are the most diverse. So if you have any questions or concerns about that, or even if you have any suggestions to better engage bisexual and transgender people within our community, please email us at students@outforundergrad.org, and we would be very happy to speak with you further about how we can proceed with that. So the next question I see is what happens to graduating seniors who are members of the students community. So this is a good logistical question, and basically, you know, once you graduate, you're no longer technically a student, so you wouldn't be a member of the student community anymore. So you're de facto part of the alumni community, and what you would need to go is go to the Out for Undergrad website, go to the community page, and then the alumni page within that, and you'll have the option to register for the alumni community, and then you will have the option to opt into all of those alumni community programs that I discussed earlier. Next question is, can you apply to all the conferences, and how frequently can you attend? So to answer that, you can apply to all of the conferences. You can attend every year if you are accepted. You can, though, only apply once per year. So if you are rejected in, say, round one, you do not have the opportunity to apply again for that year, but we do recommend that you stay involved with us, learn ways that you can build up your leadership and fortify your resume, and then hopefully you'll be accepted in the next year. Also, just so you know, round 1 of OUBC has closed, but round 2 and then round 3 will be approaching. It's really important that you get your application in as soon as possible, as you haven't already, because spaces do fill up, and it's competitive from the get-go, but it's even more competitive as time goes on. So I really strongly encourage you to apply for OUBC if you haven't already and you're interested in going. The other thing that I see is, can you only belong to one cohort? So Adam, do you want to take that? I think it's probably best answered by you.
Certainly, and I'm glad that this user raised this question. I think it's a great idea to be involved in whichever cohorts you're interested in. I know as an undergraduate I was really debating pursuing a career in finance versus tax law, and had I the resources that we're developing now, I think it would have made that process a much more easier one. We will be providing resources to people in the industry. We'll be here as a sounding board for you with questions, as well as the cohort leader and the cohort mentor. So I would definitely say join as many as interest you. Additionally, I just want to point out, if you have any questions or have a question that you'd prefer to ask offline, feel free to email us at students@outforundergrad.org or at adam.morrow@outforundergrad.org as well.
Okay, great. Those are the only questions that I see. So we can wrap up unless Corey or Adam, do you have anything else that you think needs to be mentioned?
No, Seth, I think we've got all our bases covered.
Okay, great. Well, everybody, thanks for tuning in. Like I said, look for this to be posted on the website. And, as we've said before, email us at students@outforundergrad.org if you have any more questions. And we are very excited to get the students community off the ground and to engage with everybody. Take care.